Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Your Overwatch. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we've got a couple of news stories for you. First up, there appears to be a new job opening at Blizzard specifically for Overwatch for a creative writer. Now this was linked to us on Twitter by SupremeGamer76, thank you very much dude. And while we were trying to find exactly how old this opening was, the LinkedIn version of the job opening said that it was posted yesterday. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it's a brand new opening, but we did think that it was interesting enough to talk about anyway. It is a real thing. It does exist, you can go to the Blizzard website and see it. Now I'll put this section up on screen for just a moment, and this is a list of what the new candidates' responsibilities would be. Quickly write and iterate on compelling dialogue for characters, missions, and scenes. Grow and add value to the Overwatch universe while maintaining the vision. Contribute to the story development of the Overwatch universe. Write descriptions of the world, factions, characters, and history. Do research gathering and documentation for the Overwatch world, as well as perform editing tasks as needed and perform other duties that may be assigned by team management. Now I'm sure there are two parts of that caught your eye just as much as they caught mine. I'm talking about the quickly write and iterate on compelling dialogue for characters, missions, and scenes, as well as contribute to the story development of the Overwatch universe. Now that could mean many things, ranging from the epic in scope to the slightly more familiar. And to me the most interesting part is the wording of that first sentence, particularly the part that speaks about missions and scenes. That sounds suspiciously like, at least to me, in-game terminology. Another thing that makes me think that is the time pressure explicitly expressed in this post. To me it seems as if the successful applicant is going to be working on narrative elements in a collaborative process, quickly blocking out these story components so that other people can work on them. Such an iterative process would obviously be required for any story-based content intended for a game. Think back to Uprising last year. That had a story that had to be set up and built on. Getting more of that would obviously be great, but what would be even better is more robust and defined story-based content like a campaign. Is this new job vacancy a sign that Blizzard are trying to up their story game? Blizzard have done such a fantastic job with the world building and the character development that people have really invested into that. And single player or co-op campaign style content is some of the most desired and often requested by the community. To build that content, you do need writers, particularly ones that are good at writing dialogue, coming up with mission scenarios, and drafting how scenes within that game should play out. Now I'm not saying that this is definitely going to happen, this is obviously speculation, and it's not like Team 4 don't have enough on their plate at the moment. New maps and heroes, cosmetic creation, optimizations for the Overwatch League, a potential demo system further down the line, there's a lot that they've got to be getting on with. And that heavy workload has actually been used as an explanation as to why Overwatch doesn't have a full campaign. It would be like developing an entirely new game, while also trying to maintain the one they've already built. What might be possible though is shorter, more episodic content, perhaps linked to events such as Uprising. The Overwatch team are a dev team that like to iterate changes moving forward. They're always looking to try and improve the experience for the player. Uprising last year was very popular. I don't think it's totally unreasonable then to think that they might do something special with the story for the second time the event comes round. So far what we've got with events are cooperative horde style game modes set in the Overwatch lore, even if you can't exactly count Junkenstein as canon. Perhaps what they're looking to do with job openings like this is take that content to the next level. I mean, a boy can dream, right? Think Telltale Walking Dead chapters. That's the kind of story content that I'd welcome for Overwatch in a big way. That's what the dreamer in me wants. But the pragmatist in me knows that there's a chance that this could just be a position for someone who's going to do story development for existing ancillary media like the comics. They have dialogue that needs to be written too, as do the cinematics. You'll have to let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Is this job posting a sign of a new direction? Or is it just Blizzard adding to their writing team for all the content that we currently enjoy? The next story that we've got for you is that Blizzard have announced when Season 8 is coming to an end, and it's ending on Monday the 26th of February. Season 9 is scheduled to start just 3 days later on Wednesday, February the 28th. They also released the competitive point rewards for this season if you manage to complete all your placement matches. I'll just put that up on screen for you guys so you can read it. You'll also have to let me know in the comments how you guys felt about this season, as this one was quite special. It was the first season that the SR adjustment system was removed for Diamond tier and above. Now if you were in those higher ranks, Did you find that that change made a difference to your matches? The whole end goal of those changes was to try and engender a more competitive mindset in those higher ranks. So that means more cooperation, more hero swapping, more doing what's right for the team to get the win, and less just totally playing for oneself. Is that something you guys felt you could measurably observe, or do Blizzard need to make further changes to the matchmaker if they really want to achieve that kind of end goal? From our perspective on the channel, we are of the opinion that they do need to make further changes in the coming seasons. Role queue, team queue, anyone? Removing the rank restrictions when you search as a full 6? Alright, I'll stop going on about it, I know we do that all the time. Whatever you do, if you do have an idea about how they can improve future seasons, leave it in the comment section below. Our final story today is potentially some good news for our console fans. In our recent video talking about some of the challenges that the console version of Overwatch faces, one of the biggest problems highlighted by a lot of the console community was the prevalence of mouse and keyboard users on that platform. Now, it did appear for a long time that it was actually really hard to identify players using adapters like a Zim to use a mouse and keyboard. Well, 2 days ago, Mike Ybarra, who is the corporate vice president for gaming at Microsoft, tweeted out that developers have the choice to use APIs that detect and not allow these adapters. He said it's up to them, but the capability is there. This obviously made it to the Overwatch console subreddit, and it drew comment from a well-known Blizzard employee, Bill Warneck. Here he stated about the tweet, "This is correct but misleading. Overwatch will not allow you to play using a mouse and keyboard directly attached to the Xbox One. However, as others have noted, the problem is with input conversion devices. We're still focused on this issue." A user called BusOW then pointed out that Mike Ybarra was actually directly responding to a question about input devices. Bill Warneck responded with, "It's possible I'm mistaken and there are APIs for conversion devices now." He said that he'd check with the console engineers and get more information. Now, if Mike Ybarra is right, and there is the capacity within certain APIs to identify these users, that is a fantastic piece of news for all the console players who really feel, just like Blizzard do, that using these converters is unfair and not in the spirit of the game. So potentially this long-term problem has a solution on the horizon. There you go, console fans, something finally to cheer about. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of ours again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in great company. And finally, please follow the Your Overwatch Twitter. It's where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time.